Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Thursday, August 14th, 2025. MLB, WNBA, soccer, Little League World Series, NFL preseason, golf, NFL running back rankings today, news and notes, and best bet. We'll start with baseball. We'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to today's games. I'm sure there's some matinee games going on right now as we speak. Tigers over the White Sox 1-0. Brewers over the Pirates 12-5. Nats over the Royals 8-7. Rockies over the Cardinals 6-5. Diamondbacks over the Rangers 6-4. Padres over the Giants 11-1. Reds over the Phillies 8-0. O's over the Mariners 4-3. Twins over the Yankees 4-1. Marlins over the Guardians 13-4. Cubs over the Jays 4-1. Braves over the Mets 11-6. Astros over the Red Sox 4-1. So best bet lost. Angels over the Dodgers 6-5, and the Rays over the A's 8-2. Going on right now, Mariners O's mid-third scoreless. Coming up at 3, you have Cubs Blue Jays from Toronto. Matthew Boyd and Max Scherzer. Max Scherzer isn't the same. He's just past his prime. He's kind of washed. He's just a name at this point. The Cubs are actually favored, -116. The Jays are -102 over under 8. Overs -112. Unders -108. Cubs -1.5 plus 146. Jays +1.5 -178. I'm going to lay the -116 with the Chicago Cubs and Matt Boyd. 6:30 Marlins Guardians. Edward Cabrera and Tanner Bibee. Guardians -122, Marlins +104, over under 7.5, overs -105, unders -115. Marlins -1.5 plus 172, Guardians +1.5 is -210. I like the Marlins at +104 to win outright. Phil's Nationals. Jesus Luzardo and Brad Lord. Phil's -196, Nats +164, over under 8.5, overs -120, unders -102. Phil's -1.5, -120, Nats +1.5 is even money. For this one, I'm going to do Nats first 5, +154. 7 o'clock, Braves Mets. Bryce Elder, and Cody Senga. Mets -196, Braves +164, over under 8.5, overs -122, under is even money. Braves +1.5, -128, Mets -1.5 plus 106, like the under at even money. Tigers Twins at 7:30. Tariq Skubal and Bailey Ober. Tigers -205, Twins +172, over under 7.5, overs -102, unders -120. Tigers -1.5 is -120, Twins +1.5 is even money. For this one, I'm going to do Tariq Skubal. Oh, look. Alternate strikeouts. Let's do 10 plus strikeouts, +210. Fox Sports 1 and 8:30, Diamondbacks Rockies. Eduardo Rodriguez and Bradley Blaylock. Diamondbacks -74, Rockies +146, over under 12.5, overs -112, unders -108. D-backs -1.5, -118, Rockies +1.5, -102. I'm going to lay the 1.5 on the run line with the Diamondbacks at -118. Okay, now we're going to move on to the WNBA. We will go over the results from yesterday, and I believe we have some action tonight. Actually, no, there's no action tonight. There's a lot on Friday. Aces over to Liberty, 83-77. Sun over to Sky, 71-62. Valkyries over to Mystics, 88-83. Dream over to Storm, 85-75. All right, soccer. We'll go over everything from yesterday and today, or more so today, and then look ahead to Friday and all the craziness we have coming on Friday. We did all the oh no, we didn't do. We did Conference League qualifying, not Europa League qualifying. So Magellan is about to beat Freakstad 2-0. Magellan leads 5-1 on aggregate. Wolfsburg Payok 0-0 draw through 48. FC Nova Red Imps 0-0 draw at half. BK Hacken and Rest K Bren 1-0 at half. Serginski over Breedlock 1-0 through 16. And in the final, you have Cups Kuopio over RFS 1-0, and they advanced 3-1 on aggregate. We're not going to give out bets here because of time. Like the games are about to start. FC Utrecht Servette. Utrecht leads 3-1 on aggregate. Maccabi Tel Aviv and Hamrin. Maccabi leads 2-1 on aggregate. That's 2 o'clock. Drita Jalan FCSB. FCSB leads 3-2 on aggregate. Shakhtar and Panathinaikos are tied on aggregate. 2:30 Braga and CFR Cluj. Braga leads 2 on aggregate. And 3 o'clock is Legia Warsaw and AEK Laranka. Laranka leads 4 on aggregate. So, MLS, we don't have any games till the weekend. Same for the Women's League. We'll do that tomorrow. League MX tomorrow night. And we have all the other soccer. Actually, no, we'll do it on tomorrow's show because I have time to wing it there. And then we do have some more results to get to from soccer. The Super Cup, PSG and Tottenham, 2-2 draw, and then PSG wins 4-3 on penalties. Tottenham had a 2-0 lead, and they blew it. Conference League qualifying, Invincible and Viking FK 1-1 draw. Invincible advances 4-2 on aggregate. Carabao Cup, Bransley Fleetwood Town 2-2 draw. Bransley advances 5-4 on penalties. Bolton Wanderers and Sheffield Wednesday 3-3 draw. Sheffield advances 4-2 on penalties. Cheltenham Town over Excelsior City 2-0. Huddersfield Town and Leicester City 2-2 draw. Huddersfield advances 3-2 on penalties. And Birmingham City over Sheffield United 2-1. Commonwealth Libertadores U.S. Open Cup Union over Red Bulls 3-2. League One, Richmond and Knoxville got postponed. So that's really it for soccer from yesterday. And then do we have any results to do? So the Conference League's going on now as we speak. We did all of those matches on the show. No, the big leagues start tomorrow, so that's a big deal as well, including the Premier League. Or not all of them, but a lot of them do. All right, Little League World Series. Going quick with the show today, which is good. We'll go over yesterday's results and then look at today. I gave out picks for today on yesterday's show. Venezuela over Puerto Rico 5-0. Nevada over Illinois 16-1. Surprised there was no mercy rule there. Panama over Australia 7-2, and Connecticut over Texas 1-0. Right now, Japan's beating Czech Republic 11-0. Massachusetts, South Carolina 3 o'clock on ESPN. 5 o'clock ESPN Chinese Taipei in Mexico, and at 7 o'clock ESPN South Dakota, Pennsylvania. I think I said Mexico, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, Japan for teams to win today on yesterday's show. Now I'll move on to golf. No preseason action tonight. I thought there was. BMW Championship as of now. Tied for first, 2 under. Michael Kim, Ben Griffin. Tied for third, 1 under. Shane Lowry, Scotty Scheffler, Victor Hovland. Ricky Fowler, Jonathan Vegas, Harry Hall, Jason Day, and Siwoo Kim. Tied for 11th at even. Taylor Pendress, Patrick Cantley, Keegan Bradley, Mac McNeely, Rory McIlroy, Matt Fitzpatrick, Ryan Henley, Daniel Berger, Sam Burns, Robert McIntyre, Hideki Matsuyama, Colin Morikawa. Tied for 23rd, 1 over Scott Stevens, Denny McCarthy, Sungjae Im, and Corey Connors. Tied for 27th with 2 over JT Potson, Kurt Katayama, Nate Taylor, Harry English, Ryan Gerard, Chris Goddard, Jacob Bridgman. Tied for 34th with 3 over Thomas Dietrich, Brian Harmon, Andrew Novak. Tied for 37th with 4 over Xander Schauffele, Ashkay Bahita, and Brian Campbell. Tied for 40th with... Oh, it just moved on me. We don't have any scores yet. Justin Thomas, Tommy Fleetwood, J.J. Spawn, Justin Rose, Ludwig Gaberg, who was my pick. Cam Young, Taylor Hogan, Bayo Qualley. All right, there you have it for golf. Now we'll move on to NFL running back rankings. 64 made the list. Obviously, top 2 on every team's depth chart. So, without further ado, here we go. 64, Jalen Wright, Dolphins. 63, Ray Davis, Bills. 62, Tyler Goodson, Colts. 61, Trey Benson, Cardinals. 60 through 51, Will Shipley, Caleb Johnson, Kendre Miller, Blake Corum, Isaac Garundo, Samaje Perine, Braylon Allen, Devin Singletary, J.K. Dobbins, Miles Sanders. And so Will Shipley of the Eagles, Caleb Johnson Steelers, Kendre Miller Saints, Blake Corum Rams, Garundo's 49ers, Perine Bengals, Allen Jets, Singletary Giants, Dobbins Broncos. I just forgot to list off the teams. And Sanders Cowboys. 50 through 41. Emmanuel Wilson Packers, Zach Charbonnet Seahawks, Jordan Mason Vikings, Justice Hill Ravens, Quinshon Judkins Browns, Travion Henderson Patriots, RJ Harvey Broncos, Roshan Johnson Bears, Jalen Warren Steelers, Tyler Algier Falcons. 40 through 31. Austin Eckler Commanders, Ty J. Spears Titans, Tank Bigsby Jaguars, Kareem Hunt Chiefs, Javonte Williams Cowboys, Raheem Mostert Raiders, Tyron Tracy Jr. Giants, Rico Dowdle Panthers, Ramondre Stevenson Patriots, Rashad White Buccaneers. 30 through 21. Jerome Ford Browns, Najee Harris Chargers, Nick Chubb Texans, Chase Brown Bengals, Brian Robinson Commanders, Omarion Hampton Chargers, Ashton Jeanty Raiders, James Conner Cardinals, Travis Etienne Jaguars, Kenneth Walker III Seahawks. 20 through 11. Alvin Kamara Saints, Chuba Hubbard Panthers, Tony Pollard Titans, Breece Hall Jets, Isaiah Pacheco Chiefs, David Montgomery Lions, Bucky Irving Buccaneers, DeAndre Swift Bears, James Cook Bills, Devin Achane Dolphins. And now your top 10. 10. Bijan Robinson Falcons. 9. Kyren Williams Rams. 8. Joe Mixon Texans. 7. Aaron Jones Vikings. 6. Josh Jacobs Packers. 5. Jonathan Taylor Colts. 4. Jahmyr Gibbs Lions. 3. Christian McCaffrey 49ers. 2. Derrick Henry Ravens. And number 1, Saquon Barkley Philadelphia Eagles. Saquon Barkley was probably the best running back in the league, but he was just stuck on a bad Giants team all these years, and now he's on a good team, and now we know the truth. But he's amazing, and a good offensive line. He's now a Super Bowl champion. Derrick Henry had every bit as a good a season as Saquon did last year, except not winning the title, meaning the Super Bowl. But he's really good. Same thing, like he was a top running back this whole time, stuck on a bad Titans team, and now he's his talents are showcasing and winning. Christian McCaffrey was always my favorite player in the league to watch. and was probably my favorite running back, and I always had him number 1. But he's been injured, and I almost had him at 4. I almost put Jahmyr Gibbs ahead of him, but I thought that would be a little bit of an insult to McCaffrey. But Gibbs is really good. Jonathan Taylor, I think, is falling off. You can make a case Josh Jacobs top 5. Aaron Jones is right there. Maybe I'm too bullish on Joe Mixon. Kyron Williams ended up in my top 10, which caught me off guard. Bijan Robinson had a good year last year. Devin Akane is really good. James Cook's coming off a great year. So running back is deep. I mean, Alvin Kamara is barely in the top 20, but I think he's declined as a player and isn't really healthy. Those 2 rookies that cracked in the top 25, I think, could be higher on the list later in the season. A guy I think that could move up and could steal the starting running back job on the team is Travion Henderson of New England. The Ringers' Bill Simmons called him Jahmyr Gibbs on steroids, which I think is a little too bullish. But I think he could take that RB1 job, like how Bucky Irving took the RB1 job from Rachaad White. So you can't rule it out. So there you have it for the running back rankings. News and notes. This is going to be a fast podcast today, so that's good. Didn't expect it. So Matt Breida, remember him? He's retiring from the NFL, 14 and 7 seasons. Jameis Winston trolls Bills backup quarterback Mike White on Hard Knocks. There are beers on the NFL practice field as Landon Dickerson hooks Eagles and Browns linemen up. So that's funny. Patrick Mahomes says 2024 was abnormal. As he says, last year's deep passing woes won't change offense this season. Taylor Swift was on New Heights yesterday. She says that her NFL knowledge has come a long way since meeting Travis. They're going to be dating 2 years this year. So Miami's offensive coordinator, Shannon Dawson, on Carson Beck. He thinks that he has another number 1 pick in his room. Oof. They're talking about him as a top draft pick going into last year. Notre Dame quarterbacks. Kenny Minchey has a slight edge over C.J. Carr. The Wells Fargo Center was officially renamed today to the Xfinity Mobile Arena. Mike McDaniels, 5 players most fined. As he says, Select Group was heavily punished internally in 2024. Several teams are eyeing Odell Beckham Jr. We're going to do wide receiver rankings tomorrow, so I'll tell you guys, who could use them. NCAA notifying Michigan on Friday as announcement on findings and punishments of sign stealing investigation will drop tomorrow. The Browns are planning to start Dylan Gabriel tomorrow with Shader Sanders injured. Stephon Diggs unsure if he'll play against the Raiders after tearing his ACL last season. Najee Harris improving in practice as he is ramping up workload amid return from eye injury. And it's unlikely that Shader plays against the Browns on Saturday because of the obliques trade. So a potential Twins buyer blindsided as the Pullet family made swift pivot as an interested group worked to secure funding for a $1.7 billion purchase. This is terrible. Cubs catcher Miguel Amaya carted off in his first game back from injured list with the leg injuries. He made an awkward move to first base. Kevin Durant won't rush contract talks as both sides plan to take patient approach to extension. The NBA Cup schedule got released as the league unveils the schedule for group stage games. So there's the news and notes. And last but not least, my best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. So we will do, well, MLB on FanDuel's next loss is, you can actually bet on the Brewers' next loss. This is a little bit of a, so I'm 1-2 since the return. I hit the Brewers run line, lost with the Phillies run line, and then I lost with the Astros overruns. This one I'm going to go Diamondbacks -20. You can just bet against the Rockies if you're unsure. So I'm going to lay the -118 for Diamondbacks -1.5 against the Rockies. So there you have it for the show, and I'll be back tomorrow with the Big Friday show. A lot of soccer. We have NASCAR. And we have NFL preseason. We have a lot to do on the show tomorrow. So hope you guys have a great day, everyone.